Let's stay a while longer on the issue of floods, particularly because it's become a global challenge now with very devastating incidents in parts of Europe and America. CNN, for instance, in the last few days have been reporting an ending havoc that has wreaked that has caused scores of deaths and loss of property in New York. Well, the latest case being recorded in Volta region really comes as a surprise to many because that part of the country is not known to be prone to flooding. So what's really accounting for the global and regional problem? Dr. Emmanuel Tichi Obeng is Acting Director of the Climate Change Unit at the Environmental Protection Agency. Mr. Obeng, I'm grateful for your time. You are a climate change expert. How would you explain the global and local scenario as far as flooding is concerned, beyond the challenge of building on waterways and choked drains?
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak on the flood that is currently happening in our country. Actually, it is not in our country alone. It's global. It is changes that are happening in the climate which is actually affecting or causing this flood. Currently, what is happening is that there is something we call climate change, changes in rainfall patterns and changes in temperature. The temperature has increased, a phenomenon we call global warming. And this global warming has affected rainfall patterns. If you say it has affected rainfall patterns, what we mean here is the atmosphere is warm now because of some of our activities that we are doing, emissions that we send to the atmosphere over the years. So the atmosphere is warm. And you know rainfall comes as a result of air masses going into the atmosphere and condense, cool, and fall as rain. And because the atmosphere is warm, the rain doesn't come as it used to be. In Ghana, what we know is in March, the rainfall starts in southern Ghana, continues up to June, and then it declines as we go towards the end of the year. But currently, it is not like that. The global warming has affected the patterns of the rainfall in our country and globally. And it is now difficult even to know when the next rains are coming. And one significant thing which has resulted into the flood is what we call in climate change extreme events. Because the rain condense in its not normal way, the rain can come very heavy. We call it extreme events, short or heavy, long. And as you mentioned, if the rain comes heavy for a long time or heavy for a short time, coupled with our human issues, that is talking of floods and other things, then it results in floods. Because the rains that are coming heavily because of changes in the rainfall patterns have nowhere to go. The drains have been choked, and what they can do is to come back into our homes. So this is the major cause. The rainfall patterns that have changed due to climate change have really resulted to extreme climate events, which rainfall comes heavily long time or heavily short time, where rain has nowhere to go in areas where the drainage is not good, or sometimes where the rain even has to store. Formally we have wetlands where rain has to store and relax, and then after the rain is released into the sea. Currently, all those places have been taken over by buildings. So climate change has changed the rainfall amount that comes into the land. So this is what has resulted to the flood. So that is one factor, especially to the inland. But when we come to the coastline has two factors which is causing the flood. One, the extreme events which I have already explained. And secondly, sea level rise. It is also this sea level rise is also due to climate change. Due to climate change, the atmosphere has become warm, and the other way around is affecting rainfall patterns. But on the other way, in the temperate zone, it's actually melting the ice on the Kilimanjaro, melting the ice on the Arctic Ocean, melting the ice in both the poles. So all this ice which are melting comes into the sea. And when they come into the sea level rises, and that also results in floods onto the land in the form of coastal erosion, or especially when it comes to Ghana, the east coast is 20 meters below sea level. So now that the sea level is increasing and the land is already lower than the sea level, then floods become abound. So these are the two major reasons due to climate change, which is actually resulting to the frequent floods which we are having now.
Well, there's been several conversations and conferences, about this, and with, resolutions adopted to actually deal with some of these changes in climate. Why aren't we seeing results?
Yes. This issue has been there over the years. Carbon dioxide that has been accumulated in the atmosphere has been over 100 years. And I am a Christian. What was creation, we're having about 280 parts per million. Currently, it has been doubled. So the carbon dioxide, which is causing the warming in the atmosphere, has doubled. And the carbon dioxide are molecules which each of them takes 40 years to decay. So what has been sent into the atmosphere, it will take the next century, even if we don't put any more emissions to the atmosphere, it will take hundreds of years for the carbon dioxide, which is put, or the greenhouse gases, it's not carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases in the atmosphere to decay. And this will actually make this situation we find ourselves persist, though we are doing policies to actually reduce the impact. But what is in the atmosphere is so huge that it will take decades, it will take years for the events of climate change to actually decline.
Well, so in the interim, with your outfit, how do we deal with some of these challenges in the interim as we wait for all these resolutions to manifest?
Yes, in the interim, specifically to climate change, one of the things that can help to reduce the rainfall and the amount of rain that comes is causing this, is to reduce the rainfall coming from the atmosphere. And we can do that but by creating micro-environments. You see, the atmosphere is warm already, warm globally, everywhere is warm. So if you are saying that we want the rainfall in Ghana to become as it used to be, then the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will be there. But we can change the climate in Ghana or the microclimate in your home or in your community. Rain can fall within your community and the rain will not fall within other communities. If the rainfall pattern or the changes in rainfall in that, or the changes, the conditions, the warming in that area is minimized. And like I'm saying, we can minimize the warming within your community, though the global warming is there, by actually creating micro-environment within your area. And one thing we can do, one major thing we can do, is to plant more trees. Because if we have a lot of trees within a given area, it changes the rainfall within that given area, and rainfall will not be extreme, will not be so huge within a short time or so heavy within a short time, which will cause the flood. Even though you have the environment soak, the rain that will come normal. So the air masses will move normally and move up and condense just because the condition within that area is good. So if we can change the conditions within that area, what we need to do is to make sure that we plant more trees to reduce the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. The function of trees is that it takes out the greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. And if the greenhouse gases from the atmosphere is reduced, it will go a long way to reduce the changes in climate within that area and actually affect the flowers, among other things, within that area. So that is just one of them. But there are other factors that can result in reducing the rainfall pattern within the area.
Dr. Emmanuel Teche, I'm grateful for your time. He is the Acting Director of the Climate Change Unit at the Environmental Protection Agency. And he says that we need to do a lot more, including controlling the rain patterns as a way of reducing some of the impacts of the change in climate.